Take
Hello,
your time.
YouTube. Welcome to episode 8 of the Black Valkyrie. Um, Last time, the party arrived in Port Osheth in rapid response to a request for aid. Um, Upon disembarking from the Valkyrie, uh, they met up with the town guard and the mayor, who informed them of the river having dried up, and when an expedition was sent north, or no, I guess it would have been south. Sorry, would have been south. To investigate, they found a dam that had been constructed. Um, when they attempted to remove said dam, they were attacked by a hydra. And it was fairly close to town. Like, it's less than a day's trip from town. So, very, very close and very dangerous. So, they sent immediate aid, or requested immediate aid, and you guys responded. So, you four plus two of the crew, I think it was, which crew went with you? Was it, it was Selena and Nissa.
Yep.
Selena and Nissa, your two casters, joined the expedition out, and you guys traveled south, found the lake formed from the dam that was created, and found two-headed alligators. Dealt with them, and in the process woke the hydra, who then advanced on you. After a tough fight, you guys all managed to dispatch the hydra just as it was about to start fleeing, actually. And you all managed to collect 4 jugs and, like, not even a quarter of a jug of blood. And you've loaded the wagons back up, and you were all about to deal with the dam. And that is where we left off.
Aw, damn.
Let me drop you guys on the map with this. So, how do you guys want to go about dealing with this dam?
Anybody got explosives?
Yeah, I do actually. Can I make a roll to see if I, as someone who is an engineer, can see a good way to disassemble this without it causing a big splash onto the town?
Oh, right, the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Okie dokie. Would this include my tool proficiency of any kind?
Are you proficient with carpenter's tools at this moment?
I can spend one action to change my artificer tool into carpenter's tools, and then have not just proficiency but expertise in it.
Then go for it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can also assist.
So now you have advantage.
That's good. I rolled a 15. Is it coming through?
14.
Wow. I rolled a 4 and a 3. But I have a plus 11 because of my expertise. Ah ha ha ha.
Okay. Yeah, no, you think that if you were to do it in stages over time and let the water drain before doing multiple levels, because what it appears is that this hydra ripped trees from the surrounding area and basically forged a dam, packed a bunch of mud and other silt, kind of like the way beavers do it, but in a very larger fashion.
Beaver dragon.
because it's a very large aquatic animal.
Hydra beaver.
But you also think that the body is floating in the water, that if you were to remove the dam, the body would get pulled in and would slow the flow. You could also attempt to drag the body over if you wanted, because it is floating in the water.
We should probably remove the body, and maybe find out what was causing the two-headed alligators, because if we let some sort of toxic mutating water back into the town, the whole town is going to be full of two-headed people.
That would be interesting.
Will be
But you're probably
child
right.
aggro.
They're already doomed.
How do you want to go about figuring that out?
Well, we have an alchemist. Does our Oh wait, our alchemist is a poisoner. I mean, I can be an alchemist. We can test the water and see if it's the water itself at the very least. Test it for like pH and purity, and I don't know. Do we have someone who can cast purify water?
I'm looking at Porcini.
Oh, is he eating? Okay, he can come sit here. And then he needs to go back to his room when he's done. No playing your game.
DM has child aggro.
Sorry.
It's okay. It happens. So, I can start alchemy testing the water to see if there is any sort of, anything specific in the water, like any pollutants, any small bacteria, or anything like that in the water. Can I test that with my alchemy shenanigans? A glorious DM.
I think child aggro is still aggro.
I think it is. I was mistaken.
Okay. I am back.
Welcome back.
Okay. Okay. So we were thinking about testing the water? Is that what I
Yes.
heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to do that? Seeing if the water is like poisonous or has mutagens in it or whatever. What you're
Right.
trying to do, right?
Yes.
See if something is affecting the water.
Yes. I can roll that. Is anyone else proficient in alchemy? I don't want to be the only tool monkey, but I am kind of a tool monkey. That's my whole build. What would you like me to roll it with? Intelligence?
Yeah, go ahead and do intelligence because you're taking a sample and you're testing it.
30.
Ooh, look at that.
30. The water does appear to have something in it. It's probably more like, because the hydra has been living here, its natural secretions have kind of bled out into the stagnant water.
Mm-hmm.
You do not think there is a way to cleanse it unless you can purify like hundreds of gallons of water.
So if instead of having this be a dam, we turn it into some sort of purifier, we could do that. Have it basically, as the water goes through the dam, it becomes purified, like a silt purifier, or like some cloth and charcoal. Would that work? Basically, you get layers of charcoal and cloth, and you put them all together, and then you strain the water through that. As charcoal is a natural, it naturally absorbs bad stuff out of stuff.
If you would like
Water.
to attempt that. There is a magical component to it as well. So you don't know if the magical component will get strained out by natural means, but yeah, you definitely think some of it. You'll definitely make the water cleaner.
Right? I mean, might as well do that.
You do know that the river does need to return sooner rather than later.
Right.
This town has already been without water for almost a week, and it's part of their livelihood.
And do we have anyone in the party who can cast the spell Purify Water?
Oh, wait, that might be me. Let me double check.
I would think so.
Guess I could look at what
I have Purify Food and Drink.
theoretically that would work. But how much can you? I guess I can technically do it as a ritual. Let's see, all non-magical food. With that 30 check, would I know if it's too magical to be affected by Purify Food and Drink spell?
Can you share it?
Yeah. Maybe. Alright, I'm pretending to prepare it so that I can link it, and then I will unprepare it.
If we both do it, then it might be helpful.
Right.
Might work better.
I prepared it, and then now I'm taking it back off because I don't have it prepared for today.
Gotcha. It's a 5-foot radius.
Right, but if we were to repeatedly ritual and I don't know that it
Because it takes 10 minutes plus to do a ritual.
True.
Plus, after we purify it, the rest of the water would just taint it again.
Right.
You probably with your initial 30, you know that it won't linger now that the hydra's dead, most likely.
Oh, okay.
Once it's purged,
body out.
Once it's purged, the effect will dissipate into the ocean.
Okay.
It's just because this is like a lake that the hydra was literally living in, and it stopped the flow of water here, basically. That it tainted the end of
Gotcha.
So if it's flowing water, it will get carried downstream, and the fresh water coming in will help dilute it. You rolled really high on your examining and knowing. You don't think you can clear the lake before releasing it, but you know that it will be less than a day, most likely, to get everything out of the river.
So the hydra is basically a giant toxic tea bag at the moment.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And it's probably a little more now that it's bled all over in the water.
Oh yeah. We're gonna tell them at least wait a day before you actually use any of the water, and probably boil it for a day or two beforehand.
They're not gonna listen.
Boil or purify.
Right, boil or purify before you drink it, at least.
How are you getting said hydra out of the water?
Well, I can go attach ropes and stuff to it.
Okay.
We could use leverage.
Leverage. I mean, we have horse-drawn carriages. If we tie ropes to it and to the carriages, we can at least get it to the edge of the water. Which I think it was already at the edge, so we can at least pull it out of the water.
It was close.
It was close. I can put its token back. It was probably, I think it was bigger than that. I think it was that big.
Yeah, because it was just about to get back into the water. We didn't. Yeah, we killed it before it could fully escape.
Yeah, I know it didn't get past this tree here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the river flows you can see that the river flows from this little waterfall down to here.
Okay.
And when he blocked it off, the lake filled up over here and over to this side.
I see.
And continued to fill that way. And probably will continue to fill that way for a while still.
I can technically also cast Enlarge Reduce on it and reduce it to half its size, which would make it a lot easier to move.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that
But
would
we'd
help
have
a
to-
lot.
We'd have to be prepared because it only lasts for a minute.
Could you maybe is it like a concentration spell?
Let me link it.
Is okay. If not, you could enlarge one of us, like the biggest one of us first, and then you could make that small, and then they could do a lot of the pulling, unless enlarge doesn't affect your strength.
It gives you advantage on strength, but it is concentration. I'm not a sorcerer, or I could dual cast it. That's one of my favorite things to do as a sorcerer.
That is so cool. I didn't know that about sorcerers.
Yes, they have. Well, it's one of their meta magic options. God, I should take that. That would be so cool. Get meta magic adept, and then I can make. Oh, sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I can at least shrink it to half of its size, which would help.
Yeah.
Oh,
How big is it now? Like, how much does it weigh?
It's pretty damn heavy. It's very large.
It's understandable.
Well, if you shrink it, how heavy would it be?
The target size is halved in all dimensions. Its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good for moving large objects.
Which
I mean,
is
because
exactly
if you do
what we
that,
need.
if you could bring it down to 500 pounds, then I could levitate it.
Wow. Look at this. Good job, guys.
So is it 4,000 pounds or more?
Let me. I'm taking a. Someone roll me a D100.
Someone other than me, because I've rolled a lot so far.
Does anyone have advantage?
I already rolled it.
Okay.
Yep, Strix got it.
So it weighs
2 tons or less.
32 tons.
32 tons.
Yes, based on its size.
Oh. Jeez.
That's 64,000
It's
pounds.
very big.
So divided by
Alright,
8
never
would
mind
be
A
8,000.
big heifer.
32
Can I upcast
tons?
that?
Holy shit.
It's dense.
She a big girl. She a thickin'.
Only way to get it out, I think, is us hacking it apart.
Probably.
For
Put it in the water
reference,
somewhere.
an African elephant weighs up to maybe 8 tons on the largest scale. So, like, we're talking crazy. We're going to have to hack it into pieces.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we're going to hack it into pieces, and then maybe I can shrink the biggest piece as we're pulling it out.
All right.
Okay. So, let's see.
Wait.
You got
Oh.
it? Yeah.
Oh,
Where's our airship?
Back in town.
it's nowhere near here.
True. How much can the airship go?
Close.
Not that far.
Well, you guys are probably. I think it was like 4 hours journey. I think is what we originally planned.
Yeah, but
I think they
So
said
that
they
was
were
in
going to
a
stay
wagon.
just about a mile back.
They were staying in the port.
Oh.
They're back at the town. The captain's docked, and yes.
How many miles?
3 hours. 3 hours north. So if you travel
At 2 miles an hour, that's 6 hours.
so
Or 6 miles, excuse me.
6 miles. 6 miles.
So 6 miles? All right.
Yes.
I was thinking maybe getting the airship over here and using the ballistas and trying to pull it with the ship, at least to the shore.
That's a good idea.
It is a good idea.
I can't talk to the captain because he's nowhere close.
Yep.
I mean,
But I could talk to the captain
oh,
because he's close enough for me.
do tell.
I have a range of 10 miles.
Ooh.
Awesome. Hey, so what do you say?
Okay. Captain, we've found and eliminated the hydra. The body is very large. Need help extracting it from the water.
Okay.
Bring the airship.
Okay. Okay. And he can reply, right?
That's its message.
Okay. 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 He'll be like, let me finish what I'm doing and then I'll head your way.
Is he talking into, like, a tooth?
Talking
What is
into the little wooden rose, which I hid the token inside of. Nobody knows what the token actually is.
That's clever, and I like it.
Okay. So he replies, he'll be like, I'll be there as quick as I can.
All right, captain's on the way. Just have
Sweet.
to wait.
Okay.
We should still get chopping, because we should still chop it up.
Can get
Yeah.
pieces.
And be careful, it has acidic blood.
Right.
Okay.
Hooray.
Takes a couple, almost like 4 hours before the captain shows up with the ship, but the ship does arrive.
Sweet. How much are we able to hack into pieces before he arrives? Because
You could,
I feel like we could get at least the necks and heads off of him right
oh
then.
yes, that's definitely something you could have done in the time. All 8 of the heads.
Yeah.
Are we able to collect any more blood at this time?
No.
Oh,
All the blood that would be coming out of it would basically be
It's tainted.
yes. It's
It's dead.
yeah.
sadness. I was gonna try.
I mean, I'm sure there's a use for tainted hydra blood, but it definitely ain't healing potions.
I'll collect some. I could definitely do something with that. I'm sure of it. I mean, none of my things are supposed to heal people. They're supposed to do the opposite. You know what? Can I collect some? Some badness? Some bad blood? Can I collect some bad blood?
Insert Taylor Swift song here.
Wait.
Roll a survival check.
Oh, please roll well.
Artie is taking notes. I can't help though, because I'm not proficient
Oh,
yet.
you're not in roll 20.
Okay, well, can I tell you what I got?
What'd you get?
It's an 18.
I see it. I see it in my D&D band.
Yay! There's proof somewhere.
One in the game log.
It does.
Yep.
Ooh, I like your dice too.
Oh,
Let me open it.
thank you.
Your virtual dice, it shows a pretty little red and black one.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
I don't know how to change them, but thank you.
I have so many dice in my digital dice.
I have the
Yes,
fancy
me
pride
too.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What is my active one right at the moment? My active one is the Vecna dice.
Ooh.
That's my active one right now.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, you managed to collect, we'll say, 3 vials of tainted blood.
Oh, sweet.
So I'll say you can probably use that in potion crafting.
Anything poisonous will make me happy.
Anything can be poisonous if you put it in someone's bloodstream. At that point, it's venomous, though.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple of
Yeah.
swift stabs and it'll be pretty poisonous.
So you guys managed to remove the heads and drag them off, remove the legs and drag them off, and most of the tail by the time the captain arrives. And there's just the large mass of the body and the torso. The other 2 crew members on the ship fire the ballistas into it with ropes, and then use the airship to drag the body up onto the shore over here.
Yeah.
And the captain will then pour a bunch of oil on it and burn it.
Excellent.
He
I
watch as he
Nice.
dumps gets an entire barrel of oil from the ship and pours it over the whole thing, and then he just clicks a button on his wrist, and you just watch his flames shoot off of his wrist.
See,
And
that just saved us a bunch of work.
Artie is
He
Artie
sure
is
did.
looking at the thing on his wrist and very quickly sketching something out in her arm in her notepad because she realizes she can make her arm into a flamethrower. A very tiny flamethrower.
Oh, not that one. I want this.
Pew
I need
pew.
to open my
Good for roasting marshmallows.
captain right there. So the captain's. Okay, cool. And then he basically, you guys hang out for a minute, watch while it burns, and then he's like, "You guys gonna bust that dam?"
Yeah, you want to use those ropes and the airship, and we can pull out the big one, at least a big log or two, to let a little bit of water through.
Did we purify it yet, though?
He'll be
It'll
like,
kind of
We already
self-purify
decided
as
it's
it.
going to take too long.
he's like,
Yeah, it'll.
it is a ways down the downstream. We could probably just bust the dam, and the amount of land between here and there would help it calm down. It's not very steep.
Can I?
Go ahead and make a navigator's tools check, someone,
Ooh.
because the geography.
Our navigator can do that, and I will offer assistance.
Go, navigator, go.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You do remember it being pretty level and just kind of the occasional hills on the way here.
Navigator. Cool. There it is.
And you have advantage.
What ability you want me to use? Intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
This would be an intelligence-based one. This is basically to understand if what the captain's saying makes sense to you and if you believe it's true.
Nice.
Yeah, no, you do believe that the captain is actually correct about that. You understand the science behind it and the fact that if you would open this dam all at once, the water will all go rushing to the lowest point. But now that you think about it, it's 3 hours away, and it is a lot of open ground.
All right, who's got the explosives?
Artie raises both of her hands.
Captain would be like, I got some too, if yours aren't enough.
You know, actually, so Dan, we've talked about, I've told you I wanted to make bombs many times, but we never actually, like, did the thing. So we can use the captain's, because
Okay.
I don't have any listed in my
Okay.
inventory.
Okay. He'll pull out 2 little spherical things that kind of look like they have like little sliders on them. And he'll walk over and he'll be like, okay. And he'll put them up kind of like almost like he's like 4 feet apart from each other in the center of the thing, and he'll be like, I think this will probably work.
Are they like in the center, like up, or are they in the center, like down?
They're like in the middle.
I still have reservations about this. Why don't you put them towards the ground?
You want them lower?
I'm no expert, but I think it'd work better lower.
Let me. Okay. He'll be like, sure. He'll forgo to yours, and he'll move them down about like 2 feet. Find
Okay.
some places to wedge them, and then he'll slide the switches up, and you'll see like flashing. And then I might need to do something here real quick. Yep, I need to reload for things to actually roll on here.
You're pacing there a lot, Strix.
First thing he's gonna do is as soon as he flips the switches, you're gonna watch as he just kind of like all of a sudden just like takes off into the air. And he flies up into the air. And then all of a sudden the explosions go off as the 2 concussive blasts blow the dam out of the way. There's still a couple logs that didn't get completely blown out, but you watch as the water begins rushing out of the lake. Here, let me draw a thing. Draw. Blue. There we go. There you go. Water begins rushing out of the lake at an extremely high pace. And it feels like it's not going to take too long for the lake to drain. At this pace that it's going. Are you guys sticking around to keep an eye? Or are you guys just going to start heading back?
I mean, if there's any other enemies nearby, they definitely know we're here now.
Yes, they definitely do. Because it sounds like thunder goes off when the 2 explosions went off.
Can wait a few minutes.
Okay. You begin to watch as the water begins to flow, and as it begins to recede, one of the logs that was up above that didn't get blown out of the way You watch as it shifts because the logs under it have begun to move, and it slumps into the water and then gets pulled downstream. And then the other logs and pieces begin to go after it as it begins to flow downstream. So the dam has been cleared.
Okay.
Okay.
How long before the lake is completely empty?
It'll probably take an hour. Maybe a little more. At this point, it's early afternoon.
We could take a short rest before heading back. My hit points could certainly use it.
No objections here.
I want to make sure that the lake
Drains.
completely drains.
Okay.
Because it may reveal something that is
Mhm.
unexpected.
That's true.
Okay.
And then a short break sounds like a great idea because by the time we're done, it should be mostly drained.
Yeah.
Okay. The captain will be like, "You guys good here? Do you need me anymore?" I got business back in town. Will I see you back there? Because you guys still have to
Swiss
escort
back
the
there.
wagons back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We want to swap companions.
Yeah, I was gonna say our NPCs can probably go with the ship at this point, or at
Okay.
least
You want them to go? That's fine.
I think she would.
Okay.
Selena would.
Okay. So they'll climb aboard and fly back to town. We'll be back at the port.
We'll see you there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it takes about 2 hours for the water to drain fully to get back to just the river flowing. And you do notice that there are tons of debris from what looks to be like wagons and stuff and other stuff. Everything's waterlogged and more or less destroyed. But it appears the hydra had gone after trade caravans and dragged them back to the lake. But beyond that, there's nothing else in the area where the lake would be. Besides where the hydra was sleeping under the waterfall. Which has been burrowed down into to create kind of like a cave, lake, pool thing. Does anybody want to do anything before heading back?
We should just scout the area and make sure we didn't miss anything, any like random loot or weird objects.
Okay, make a investigation, I guess. Yeah.
Can I have advantage? Oh no, that's only within 1 foot, so probably not. $16?
Give me just a sec. Nope, there does not appear to be anything other than just the natural wildlife around the area. The wildlife has been avoiding this general vicinity, but after all the ruckus, little creatures have kind of begun to scurry back to kind of investigate what's going on, but still keeping a safe distance.
Mm-hmm.
But their instincts are telling them that the major threat is gone.
Is any fish left stranded out of the water?
There are no fish in the water.
Okay.
Random two-headed fish.
I mean, I'd still eat it.
Lol.
Tasty two-headed fish.
And I wouldn't imagine it tastes any different.
All right, then I suppose we don't have a reason to hang out here any longer. We should head back.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You guys, head back north. Let me throw you back on the world map just for ease of access. Okay. Yeah, so it takes you about 3 hours to get back. Following the river this time, which is... You could tell that it did swell up for the first hour or so. The water level was really high. But you can tell that it has receded further and further as you get further down. You believe that the city is okay and has not been ruined by the influx of water. And you see when you get back to town that is true. So. So when you guys get back to town, the carts get wheeled off to the Merchants Guild, where they and the mayor, who comes to find you when he hears that you've returned to town. Where did that note go? I had a note on how much you were getting paid for this. Where did it go? Okay. Okay, so there. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I don't know where it went. It's probably in one of the session notes. Okay. So, yes, the mayor gives you guys a bag of 5,000 gold, and the Merchants Guild pays you 500 gold per jug, and they give you the jug that has less than a quarter full of blood as an additional reward. So you guys 5, 6, 7,000 gold and a quarter full jug of hydra's blood. Everyone there?
Yep.
Okay.
So we get there's 10 of us, so we each get 70 gold for killing a hydra.
I
Would
think
it
it
be
was 7,000.
700?
700 sounds right.
Because it's
Yeah, 'cause
7,000.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. I was like,
The jugs were worth 500 each.
gotcha.
The Hydra
Okay.
overall was 5,000.
I apparently had the brain wrong. Sorry.
That's okay.
I can't math, apparently.
Okay. It happens. So it's 700 because you're dividing it by 10. Okay. And they thank you. And say we're grateful. And you have earned some respect with the Merchants Guild. Let me mark that in the guild page. Oh, you guys raised to 2 renowned with the Merchants Guild.
I put the 700 gold and a quarter jug of Hydra's blood in the ship loot. And I'm going to remove the 4 jugs of Hydra's blood that I put earlier because we have removed that now.
Go ahead and take the 700 gold out of the ship fund. Because the captain is keeping the ship's fund on him. I'm tracking that on his person. Because he's the one that buys stuff for the ship and uses that money for it.
Okie-doke.
So, as we're leaving, I talk to the people in the Merchants Guild. If you need any more help, we're available.
That's great to hear. If there's ever a need, we'll send word. You and the crew of the Black Valkyrie have been very helpful. You've saved the city. We definitely did not have the manpower to deal with the Hydra. Okay. So, I assume you guys head back to your ship?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get back to the ship, the captain's not there.
Interesting.
Where's the nearest tavern?
You're gonna go look at the tavern?
That's good. Where I'm gonna begin my search.
Okay. Yeah. Now make an investigation.
Makes sense for him to be there.
Find the two taverns in this town, and he's at neither of them. Aki and Arya will tell you that the captain said he had some work he needed to do, and that he would be back. He'd be back shortly.
Is it more Obsidian Night stuff?
They're like, we don't know. He just said he'd be back. Probably an hour later, the captain will return.
I go over. Nice. While we're waiting,
While you're
I
waiting.
go over to Artie and while I'm waiting, I give Artie a bag of gold. Another down payment. 1,000 gold.
Yay! How much is that total? I don't think it got saved in my original. I don't remember how much we said it was going to be. That whatever notes I had for
do we
that
lose those
disappeared.
Let's see. I think it's in the chat.
What
Yeah,
was
it's
it?
going to be somewhere in the chat. When we traded, it was the armor he's wearing, the blood, or not blood, the firehound armor.
Is it a fire resistance?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
type of
that's the
armor?
one.
Is it leather, studded leather?
I think it was studded leather.
Studded.
And we said it was going to be something like 5,000-ish.
Yeah, 5,000 seems right.
And how much did you...
Yeah.
The question is how much I gave you so far.
You traded me an item, I think. Did you give me the Wand of Fear?
Yes.
No, I had the Wand of Fear.
No.
You gave me the Javelin of Lightning.
Yes, I did give you that.
How
And
much?
I think some gold.
I think some gold. Do you think it was Javelin plus something to equal approximately 1,000?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. I'll mark you down. You said you're giving me 1,000 right now?
Yep.
Cool. Then I'm just going to mark you down to owing 3,000 left. Because I don't know what happened to my notes.
Perfect.
They disappeared.
Okay. That sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys have like an hour before the captain returns, basically. Part of that is probably searching the town a little bit. I assume, Strix, right?
Yep.
Okay. Are you off doing it by yourself?
Unless somebody else was coming with me to the taverns.
Artie is probably working in her little workshop on just tinkering.
Okay.
Hi, baby cat.
Sounds good. Does anybody else want to do anything in the meantime? Or do we just want to have the captain return?
He can
I'm
return.
gonna take some downtime.
Okay.
So.
Yep. Okay. The captain will come back and he'll be like, "Is everyone here? Ready to go?"
Aye, Captain.
I believe everybody's accounted for.
I believe so.
Okay. He'll call for just to make sure, because he's not that kind of jerk. And when he's confirmed that everyone is on board, the ship will set sail. As you guys begin to take off, you guys do notice off in the distance a very large ship flying through the sky. So, right here above the port is, we'll say, the kind of the scale size of the Black Valkyrie. And let's just say that... Where did it go? This is probably, in comparison, the size of the ship to you guys. This is not proper size on the map, but, like, you guys look like a little teeny tiny, like, rescue vehicle from... in comparison to the ship. And you notice that the side of the ship, is the name on it is called the Eden Dawn.
Have we seen similar make of ship?
Go ahead and make a history check. Okay,
Nope.
Strix does not know anything about him. Does anybody else? Lauren? Okay.
I'm trying to roll it. It's just being butt. There we go. 11.
11. Okay. Anybody else want to roll? Yes, no? Okay.
Machine?
Okay. So Verlorn, you recognize the name and you remember something that you believe that is one of the the main flagships of the Eden Keeper clan of dwarves, who are the clan that resides over the residuum mines in Idenstone. The Eden Dawn is one of the ships that transports and delivers residuum to their contacts in different, all around the world. They have 3 ships that are probably all about the same size.
So huge.
And from what you remember, they are filled with like a complete battalion of dwarves that defend the ship because they carry millions of gold worth of goods all around the world. And very, very
So
valuable.
guys, believe it or
goods.
not, that's like a floating fortress run by dwarves. They've got some of the coolest stuff aboard.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable, looking at it.
And it's one of those ridiculous ships that has like 16 gun decks on the side, and like it's huge.
They'd probably be able to blow anything out of the sky.
You think they're here for us? Artie puts up her fist like she's gonna punch him.
Not unless we're going to pay a lot of money for the residuum.
Nah.
Artie doesn't perk up at that.
Artie has some of her own, and like knowing that like it's very far out of her reach being on that ship, she's not too worried about it.
Okay.
She does take a mental note, but she doesn't react too much.
Okay. Yeah. But yes. Yeah. Okay, so you guys, I think it was 3 days travel to get back to, Oh, well, you guys have your ship repaired, so you guys can go straight to a job if you want.
Yeah, we had another job that was like something about bandits that was relatively time sensitive.
Number 1.
Yes, number 1 in Area Field is the job of there was a wizard's apprentice had inquired on you helping him retrieve a stolen item, I believe is what.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That's different.
A group of bandits raided his tower and stole an item. And yeah, he needs it back for reasons.
Okay, I think we should go do that one then.
Unless
Let's go
the
there
captain
next.
has anything else going on.
Nope, the captain does not.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said it's going to take how long to get there?
You guys travel at how fast? It's 700 miles.
Ship rules. We can do, I think it was 180 miles in 12 hours, so 360 in a day. So that's about 2 days and change.
Okay. So
Maybe 2 days.
Okay. Well, you guys are leaving in the evening, so it's almost nightfall now.
Okay. Well, can I at least hit
Sounds like
my
a long
long rest then?
Yes. Yeah. You guys will probably be about here when you hit your long rest. And then another 300 and something, right? 360?
Yeah. 360.
So about here will be the next night. So you'll be getting into town at dark in the middle of the night, basically. So
Okay.
you'll have some time to chill before the wizard's awake. Or you could attempt to wake him up.
I would like to, while we're traveling, work on my the goggles that I was working on, and
Yes.
I will do 2 of my. Are we doing dex rolls since this is one I've done before?
Let me scroll back to see it real quick. You are attempting to craft the goggles of night. Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Go ahead and do dex for that.
15. And then since I do them in 2 4-hour blocks, 10. And that one's a natural 1. But it's still a 10 because it's a skill check and not a attack roll. Rolling like garbage lately.
So plus 25.
And that puts me up to how much?
It's. Sorry, my brain's not mathing right now. Sorry.
What are the numbers? I can math it, or I can try.
Okay. So... whoa. What happened there? Oh, that's what happened. You still have about 33 more progress to go.
Okay.
You're at 84 total.
Perfect. I'll just put 33 left. That way I don't have to keep asking.
That works.
Okay. Theoretically, I could get that in 2 rolls if I quit rolling like freaking garbage.
Yeah, that is true. You are close to getting it finished. Okay. Yeah, so that's over the 2 nights. Does anybody want to do anything over those 2 nights? Or was that just the first night?
That's 2 4-hour blocks, so basically 1 day's worth. And then she just does other intermittent stuff throughout the day.
Okay. Okay, so you guys arrive in Orenafield then, we'll say, in the early morning. It's like 3 in the morning-ish.
Oh, that's really early.
You do know where the Wizard's Tower is, because it's a little bit on the outskirts of town, and it was clearly described in... what are you guys doing? You gonna wait till sunup? What are you doing?
I would wait till sunup.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the sun rises. The city begins to wake up. Did you guys park in the water docks, or did you park in just land, like, basically idling outside of town?
I don't know. We're not the captain.
We'll say the captain probably just is idling near the Wizard's Tower. He wants to test out how well the ship idles for a long period of time. he's still doing experiments with it to see how well it handles and what it can do. So I assume you guys are all... Who's all going?
Hardy will go.
Strix will go too.
Now that you guys are back close to the town again. Okay. Yeah. So, Strix and Artie.
Mhm.
You the only ones going to talk to the wizard about the job?
Is Mia there? I haven't heard her talk in a while.
I'm gonna go check what's going on.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello. You echoed, but hello.
Hi. I guess it was just not working. I was saying I would go, but can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I'm glad I said something because I was
No.
like, where's my Miet friend?
No, there's a short in my headphones.
Oh no.
So if you can't hear me and it's been a while, it's probably just stupid. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Yay, you're working. So you three are gonna
Yay.
go.
Yes.
Is Vorlorn going?
Where?
Were you gonna go along with him?
Oh, I stepped away. I had to use the bathroom.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, where we go?
You guys have arrived in Oriafield, where the wizard for the job is.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going with them.
Okay. Oh, I see. You're be right back. I just saw it. Okay. Yeah. So where did it go? Of course, now I've lost the notes.
Swoops. Oh.
Okay. So you guys knock on the door. After a minute or two, you hear a hurried clatter, something falling over, and the
That
door
would be in Gavin's room.
swings open, and there's a young, flustered half elf, panting. He was like, "May I help you?"
Oh my gosh. Is this the wizard?
This is someone.
Probably the assistants.
We're
Maybe? I
here
don't know.
for a job.
You'll see his eyes light up and be like, "Oh, finally! I am in desperate need of your help." So, what's it been now? Like almost a week and a half. My master's gonna be so pissed at me.
Sorry, we had to kill a black dragon and then a hydra.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
Takes up quite a bit of your time, believe it or not.
he'll be like, his eyes will go wide. He'll be like, "Oh,
It's been a hell of a week, guys.
it's."
Been a rough week.
I hope we're qualified enough for this.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do this job, you know.
Those
I
damn
think,
bandits.
I think you're overqualified. But
Okay.
that's perfectly fine with me. All I care is that it comes back. So
What do we?
there was a group of bandits, and he'll actually pull out a stack of papers that are wanted posters of a group of bandits. He's like, I've managed to identify some of them because I did see them. But they broke in here the other night, about a week and a half ago, and they unfortunately interrupted one of the things me and my master were doing, and they stole a very important magic item.
All right.
And I need it back in order to undo what was done. And
Right.
yes, the object you're looking for is a very fancy golden like scepter. You could probably see why it was grabbed by the bandits. I do know that they are going to have a hard time selling it because they do have wanted posters, and it's very difficult for wanted criminals to sell goods. But I do know that they do. I believe, according to the knights in the city, they have a base, probably about several hours south of here, in some old ruins. That's one of the places. The knights say they can't head out of town right now, due to the raids on the in the whole area. They need to keep they can't spare any guards, which is why I put in the job. Do you think you'll be able to help me retrieve it?
I don't see why not. Can you show us what this item looks like? What the scepter looks like?
Yeah, he'll actually conjure a minor illusion that looks like the object.
Okay.
Perfect.
What makes it so special?
Do you know if they knew what this item was?
He'll be like, they
Or
have
did they
not.
just...
He'll be like, they have absolutely no idea what the item is.
Okay, that
Um,
might be a little bit better or worse, depending on...
Could they potentially use it in such a fashion or accidentally activate it in such a fashion that it could be dangerous for us?
No. Unless they somehow manage to dispel it. Then it's dangerous for everyone in the vicinity.
What is it?
Good. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. So
Well,
no
well,
dispel magic or anything, guys.
he'll be like,
Is it some kind of protection item?
he's very flustered, and he's like, well, I was working with my master on a very, very powerful spell, and let's just say I kind of screwed up, and I might have transmuted my master into this scepter.
Oh.
Yes, that is a problem. We
I
will
was
hidden
in
back
the
right
middle
away.
of working on dispelling it when the bandits attacked. um, okay.
You transmuted your master into an inanimate object.
I did.
Happens to the best of us, Artie. I'll just shake my head.
And he's like, he's very ashamed of himself.
Are you sure you want your master free?
And you say that if they dispel it, it's dangerous for everyone. Why would that be dangerous for everyone?
Well, my master's name is Celis. He is the #1 leading transmutation wizard in the entire world.
And is he bad?
No. But if he just suddenly has appeared in a group of bandits after being in his tower, he sometimes has a temper.
Okay.
And probably I'm nervous to get him back because I don't know how long I'm going to be transmuted into something.
Okay, blink twice if your master's abusing you.
No, I think it's the other way around.
He's gonna be like,
In this case.
he's gonna be like, he's teaching me. And let's just say I am I am definitely not his prime pupil.
Well, obviously, he should be teaching you alone then.
That's for sure. You mentioned there was a place south of here that was a possibility where there might be holdup.
Yes. Um, the town guards say that there's a ruin, like, I would say 4 hours south of here.
Leave it.
And they so it's probably about here. Ish. It's pretty close to town. It's an old ruins. He says that most of the bandit attacks head south. So they assume that they're using the ruins. Because most bandits want to stay close to places they can raid, and if they're heading south, that's the most convenient place that would give them some semblance of shelter and defensibility.
Oh.
Is there anything more you can tell us about these bandits?
Unfortunately, no. Other than the information on the wanted posters. A few of them have bounties. If you manage to bring proof that you dealt with them, alive or dead, I'm sure you could get a reward for that as well from the city.
Artie's taking notes and just says as she's writing, "Bag their heads."
Yes. Yes. Good job,
I
Artie.
mean, Sheeny could just turn them into zombies. That would be proof. And then they walk
I
themselves
could.
in.
Yes.
Do
Oh,
you say
I
this
love
in
this
front of
idea.
the wizard?
Of course.
Why not?
I love it.
He'll be like,
He's an apprentice.
"You're a necromancer?" As he points to you. He points to you like, "You're a necromancer?"
Of sorts.
He'll kind of like
Why?
cock his head and be like, "Of sorts. You're either a necromancer or you're not." I guess you could be just dabble in it, but most necromancers don't usually just dabble.
Let's just say I do it for fun. And convenience, really. It's very convenient. If you're in the middle of a fight and people are ganging up on you and one of them drops dead and you just raise them up and turn them against their allies, it's really convenient.
He'll be like, "Oh, that does seem convenient."
See? Oh, I have to tell you, we just remember that black dragon we fought? Well, I managed to scavenge the bones, and once I have just mastered my craft, oh, I will make the most beautiful dead thing ever.
I'm gonna help.
She's crazy, and so is she.
In love with my craft. That's what you meant,
Crazy
right? I was
passionate.
crazy in love with my craft. Yes, passionate. Very passionate. Really, what I'm really interested in is poison. Ah, love a good poison.
He's gonna be like, "Okay."
I deal with mushrooms. And I'll just conjure one out of my hand. Like just like a little like hand flourish and one just like kind of like grows out of it.
I wouldn't eat that if I were you.
No,
Artie
don't eat
says.
this. Don't eat this. No. Kind of just like move it a bit away from him.
Okay.
Could give him the good kind that'll calm his nerves.
Oh, those are good. Do you need some? You look a little stressed.
He's like, "Yes, of course I'm stressed, because if my master is brought back somewhere other than the tower, I am gonna be taking a very long nap as an object, probably.
We could wait till well, we don't know how to do it. Yeah, well, don't worry too much.
That reminds me. So, when we bring him back, we should tell him that you were instrumental in helping us rescue him, right? Curry some favors so you
Yeah,
don't
you were
get
with us the
a
whole
bad deal.
time. At one point in time, you were stabbed.
How much is he going to remember?
Yeah.
That's a good question, too.
Let's just say he was in the middle of calling me an idiot right before he transformed.
Okay, so I don't think this is gonna work, guys.
I mean, we could put a bag over his head. I mean, all of him. Then he'd have no clue if you were a part of rescuing him or not.
He's gonna be like, "Can you just get my master back?"
I think we can do that.
Please leave him as a scepter if you can, and I will bring him back in the best way I know how. Because it will be much worse if he is not here when we come back.
Okay.
If I cast heat metal on him when he's in that form, do you think it's gonna hurt?
He's
How is he
gonna
reacting to the tiny maniacal fairy in his presence anyway?
he's going to let out the biggest, like, uncomfortable sigh at that ever.
I swear, we are professionals.
He's like, if you've dealt with a dragon and a hydra, I have faith in you.
Oh, and that's just this week.
I can show you the skeleton if you're interested.
He's gonna be like, I just want my master back so I can be done with this.
Aw, okay.
The anxiety is killing me because I'm wondering if I'm living on edge, just waiting for my master to show up, and me not know when I'm waking up again.
Would it be better if you just weren't here when he gets back? Or we can
That might be
we can
worse.
stage your death. Sorry, I'm not sure if that's helping at all.
He's like, I would like to continue my craft as a transmutation wizard.
So work on transmuting yourself into something else, and we'll be back with your master soon.
Okay. I'll be like, okay.
Poor guy. I actually do feel bad for him.
We'll get him back. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. How do you guys want to go about going on this mission?
Off to the ruins!
We should get proper directions to get to the ruins. So
Yeah.
that we don't waste time.
Off to the directions!
That's probably important.
We should probably also take a look at the wanted posters. Maybe grab one of each person that we can find.
He gave you the posters he had.
Oh, beautiful!
So we can bring those to the guards and see if we can get some more intel on where they might be holed out and how to get there and how to deal with them. And if there's a since there's a bounty on them, how much it's worth if we bring them
Agreed.
back.
I don't think the guards will know exactly where they've gone.
They might be able to point us in the direction of the local ruins, though.
Yeah, that should be easy enough.
Alright, so you go talk to some guards?
Heck yeah!
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you go talk to the guards. They were like, oh yes, these guys got decent bounties on them. Dermot here definitely has the highest bounty out of all of them. He's the goblin, and actually we believe he's the bandit leader.
How much?
His bounty is at 600 gold.
Is that dead or alive?
Dead or alive. There is the Dragonborn, Donner.
Donner, D-O-N-N-E-R.
Donnaar.
D-O-N-N-A-R?
Donnaar.
A-A-R.
Donar.
Dinar. Okay, Dragonborn.
He is a. Let me check what type of Dragonborn he is real quick. He is the metallic one that's acid. I don't remember which one that is. Is that copper?
Copper.
Copper? Copper. He's a copper Dragonborn. And then they say Dern. Oh no, Donner has a bounty of, what was his? He was 300. And then there's Dern, D-U-R-N-N. He's another goblin, and he has a bounty of 100.
I feel like you have to have a D in your name to be in this gang.
Yes, to start with a D. For sure.
There is rumors of a drow in their midst. They don't know his name, but they say if the drow is among them, they'll offer 300 for proof of. And then they say there's 1, 2, 3, about another 8 to 12 other bandits in the group. From what they've, and they're all no bounties to like less than 10 gold.
Okay.
So,
And can you point us the general direction where you think they might be hiding out?
You have a map
On a
of
map.
the area?
We can get one, I'm sure.
Okay. They'll be like, if you get a map, we'll mark it for you. If
Okay.
you don't want to buy a map, we can just tell you to. And they'll kind of give you the general directions. Let's see how well they actually tell you these directions.
We'll
I
tell you
turn
by
my...
map for better directions.
so I nonchalantly ask the guard, "You guys get a bunch of trouble here in town?"
They give you okay directions. They're definitely kind of vague. Like, this person has never been to them, but he knows of them. Kind of type directions. But they'll be like, there's been lots of raids lately. There's a I believe they call themselves the Cult of the. What were they? What were they calling themselves? I think they were calling themselves the Howling Cult of the Howling Hatred or whatever.
Ooh, cults are always fun.
There are these wind cultists that have been raiding up all over the Archipelago channel. They've occasionally strike out to our side of the channel, but not too many. It seems the Obsidian Knights have been attempting to keep them pretty busy, but from what I've been hearing, they've been having a hard time themselves.
Oh.
We heard that a fleet of 3 of their ships got into a scuffle, and the ships managed to survive and get away, but the Obsidian Knight ships were heavily damaged. That was, I think, less than a week ago.
Oh.
Okay. Have you apprehended any of the bandits?
If we catch them in the town, vicinity of the town, there's definitely been bandits apprehended, but we don't have any currently. They've been dealt with. It's been a while because after the escalation of large raids on the area, our lord's been having us keep to the walls. He hasn't been letting us patrol the area around the city.
All right.
By chance, you haven't come across a bandit that was carrying a scepter, a golden scepter?
I wouldn't recall if I had. I don't
Okay.
think I've seen one. But this group here that you're after, they're definitely the most active bandits in the area. We unfortunately keep having lots of run-ins with them. They're very bold. Like literally walking into people's houses and stealing stuff right in front of them, and then fleeing. They don't really attack people unless people attack first, but they definitely have been. There've definitely been some deaths because of this, which hence the bounties.
You call it stealing. I call it borrowing without asking. I mean, they're clearly being watched by the person.
So
Stealing implies that the other person doesn't know exactly.
the one that's in charge of the guards here that you're talking to, he's like, we kind of think that it might be an ego boost for them because they usually
They like it when people watch.
It's kind of weird actually. Like most bandits don't like the thrill of someone seeing them and possibly getting caught, but they have ways to get into town. We still haven't quite figured that out yet. We found a couple of their secret passages, but they get into town in the middle of the day, they break into someone's house in front of the person, grab a bunch of stuff, and get out of town. And they do this in front of everyone. And unfortunately, they plan well enough that there's no guards in the area when it happens.
Possibly an inside job.
That's literally what I was just thinking.
And
it could be, but
it's likely that the bandits are actually in disguise when they're being viewed.
Well, these are the descriptions, and the guard. I've definitely seen them before. You usually see them fleeing through the city because they definitely run past guards when they're fleeing. But when the actual crime is committed, there's usually no guards in the area. They scope out the area and they wait.
Interesting.
But they definitely, I think every big crime that they've committed, the resident of the home has been home.
Just
I wonder
not
if it's like one of those TikTok challenges or something.
Oh,
gotta be it.
I think it's like it must be something to do with the fact that most of the group is humanoid and like other large races, and like two of the big leaders are goblins. It must be. I think it's like some kind of like dick measuring contest, like to show that it doesn't matter, and you can like whoever can
even
pull
big
off
guys can be sneaky.
the biggest heist while being watched. I don't know. It's probably some kind of game they play. I don't know. It's just odd behavior for bandits, but they keep doing it. And when the resident gets hostile with them, they usually will wind up dead. unfortunately.
Are you sure you trust everybody you work with?
I trust most of them, but it's a guard's job to be vigilant.
Trust nobody.
Well, you gotta have someone watch your back.
Wait, do we even trust this guy?
No.
I'm kidding. Artie chuckled.
I don't think it's fine.
This is like a group of 4 guards telling you all this information between themselves.
Then I would have said these guys.
Yeah.
But still, she's joking. She was not actually trying to pick a fight with these guys.
Yeah. I'll be like, yeah. Did you guys go and run and get a map?
I think we could.
Yeah.
Artie's willing to
How
spring
much for
for
a
it
map?
because she likes maps anyway.
Okay. So you guys probably buy a map that's just like the general area.
Mhm.
And the sergeant, or one of the guards will be like, oh yes, it's right here. And he begins to like circle an area, and the sergeant slaps him upside the head and is like, that is not correct, sir. And then he takes the pen, and then it's like almost like 4 inches to the side.
Insight check on both of them.
Strix, what was the insight for?
I'm trying to figure out if I can discern any of them have any sort of navigation skills.
Oh, that's a good one.
Out of all of them, the sergeant gave the best directions verbally.
I didn't mean to roll it twice. It just hit
That's okay.
twice.
And he's the one that slapped the guy who was already drawing on the map, and then took the pen from him, or the quill. And
Did that seem like an intentional misdirect at all?
no, that was completely honest. Like he was calling his coworker an idiot.
I meant the idiot coworker. Was it actually being an idiot, or was he intentionally trying to put us in the wrong spot?
Oh, he thought that was the right spot.
Oh, lol.
And you realize it because he kind of like shies off after. Like he's
Buddy.
embarrassed that he just got
Oh,
made a
buddy.
fool of in front of random strangers.
And a super hot mushroom girl. No? No? Okay.
He likes his girls taller.
Oh, man.
Well, Artie's
Like
out
the
of the question.
second character you've said that to.
You play shorts.
Uh-oh.
I do.
Bring Pasha.
Except for
Pasha,
Pasha.
yeah.
She's my tall lady. My big glass of water.
Yep.
Tall
So yeah.
drink.
Okay. So you guys get directions, and are you guys just heading straight out? It's probably like 10 by now.
Okay.
In the morning?
Yes.
Or...
Yeah. Because we got in at like 3 a.m.
You waited
and
like
waited.
4 hours till the sun came up or whatever.
Right.
And then we talked
yeah,
to people, and we went somewhere else and talked to more people.
Went and bought a map, came back and talked to people.
Yep. Lots of talk.
Does anybody need to resupply on anything?
I don't believe so.
I think I'm good. I
Okay.
haven't really used much recently.
Then I say we go.
Away we go.
Okay. Who's all going?
I think we can manage with the main group.
Just you
Yeah.
4?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you guys begin traveling. Takes about 4 hours till you start seeing a bunch of ruins. So that would put you at like
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 o'clock. Yeah. And you begin searching
Okay.
through. Go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can see any signs of.
Survival. Not investigation.
Survival 11, survival 19.
Oh, let me do mine. Sorry, multitasking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Survival 3.
I would like to roll now. So roll. Oh,
Did you see my survival? Is that why you went all?
no, I saw mine. And it rolled again. And it was just as
I'm looking at
bad.
yours. Oh, there it goes.
Well, you beat mine.
And I have a +7 too.
Oh, hey, I get that. That's how I've been rolling
Oh,
all
wow.
night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
just-
yeah, you spend a couple hours going through the ruins to see if you can find anything. Verloren, you do pick up a set of tracks. Eventually, you find a set of tracks, and they continue past the ruins and further south. It looks like about a group of probably about 12 to 14 people.
All right. Well, I point him out. This is the best lead we've got. There's a pair of tracks. Looks like about a dozen. Keeps going south past the ruins.
Can Artie take a look from the air and see if she can spot anything in the distance that direction?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Oh my god, I finally
There we
rolled
go.
a good roll. 19.
Yeah, so how high would you fly, probably?
High enough to see over top of the trees and any buildings in the area. Pretty high up there.
Yeah, so you fly up a little, probably a couple, like 100 or so feet, and you gaze out over, and you do see that way off in the distance, there appears to be several other ruins all around this area. There's probably about 3 that you can see. You guys are about 4 o'clock now. It would probably be about an hour, maybe 2, to get to the closest one.
Okay. She's gonna, on her map, because she can be proficient in map stuff, she's gonna mark those on her map as well, and then go back down to the group.
Okay.
There's more ruins to the south of us. They're probably that direction. About an hour out, I'd say, to the closest one.
All
Okay.
right. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys head south for about another hour. Little bit longer due to the unfamiliar terrain. When you guys come across another ruins, go ahead and make survival checks here.
Can I make an investigation check instead?
Sure.
All right.
Yay! Still rolled a 5.
We're making survival checks. Got it.
Yay, Valor.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bit better.
Yeah.
So this one, you notice that there was activity here a while ago. You'd say probably 2 weeks ago. There's what looks to be the remnants, it's hidden, of an old campfire. But it's been, like, put out and, like, smudged and tried to cover it up with, like, dirt and stuff, but you definitely can see that, you can see the ash and soot through. Over time, as the weather came through, it uncovered some of it. But it's been a while here. So you're maybe getting
Judging from
with that survival check, you're probably getting the idea that maybe they don't just use one ruin, and maybe they rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Move
Doing another
around.
aerial check.
Yeah.
There's other ruins nearby.
We'll say that.
There are other ruins. There's 2 others that were off in the distance that you had seen.
You know, I have to say, it's usually easier when the bandits find you. You all want to just like set up camp and like pretend that we're all like resting and asleep and see if they come attack us. We can make a campfire and have it be a big billowing thing of smoke. They'll come find us.
It's certainly true. I would
I would rather
recommend not
do it
doing
on
it by the
our
ruins.
term.
Well, that's what I meant. Like we make it look like we're camping, and then they come to us, and then we attack them because they think they're getting the drop on us.
Not a bad idea. Is there anything, as I'm looking at the map, is there a route that would take us to another city or somewhere that would be travel that the bandits might come after people anyway? Because I'm not seeing another city further to the south.
Nope, there isn't. If you want to do a lot of off-road travel, there is the Poria city, but that's like way to the west. That's the only way by foot to get through here, and it's such a long trek that they don't even have a road. It's just easier to travel by boat at that point.
Right.
And we're south of Aurifield, right?
Yes, you guys
So, like in this area.
Yeah, I can drop a token for you guys. You guys are down in this area here right now.
Okay. I mean, I have a spell called Bonfire. I can make us a big smoke signal. I haven't actually taken it yet, but I can use my tool to do it. Or we can just build a cool fire. I'm totally not object to building a fire.
So it's probably about 5 now. So you've probably got like 3 more hours of sunlight.
Okay. I mean, we could spend the rest of sunlight looking, and then worst case scenario, if we don't find them, we can ambush them at night.
We can do that. I also have a tiny hut that we can go hide out in.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, let's search around while it's still daylight. Some more.
Cool. I think we head towards the next closest ruin. Any objections?
No.
Sounds good.
Okay. So this trek is not as easy as the one you had just done. This one probably takes you about 2 hours. And this one, go ahead and make your survival or investigations.
Ooh, yes.
There you go.
My dice just needed to warm up.
Oh, look at that. Roll, but I think we already got it.
Yay, happiness. Let me find those potions again.
Does a 25 get us anything?
I'm sorry. You definitely see that they've there's definitely been a very recent activity here. This one, you can see that there's imprints of what looks to be like wagon trail tracks and a couple crates, maybe some barrels, and there's still a stone ring from the fire.
Is the fire pit hot at all? Is there any heat coming out of it?
It's not hot.
Okay.
But it
We're not that
definitely
close.
looks like it's only been like a day or two.
Okay. Doing an aerial scan, do I see any of the buildings that are intact enough to hide people, or any ruins that look like they could lead to a local cave system?
Just a sec. A cave system. No, but there was one more ruins on your that you had seen.
How far out would you say it is?
I would say it's probably about similar, about 2 hours. You would be getting there after the sun's gone down.
Y'all want to set up camp here and see if they come get us?
Sounds like, yeah, let's do that.
Sweet. We should have your tiny hut prepared, and if like how we used my rope trick as a safety hole, we can use your tiny hut that way too.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Boop.
Already sees your tiny hut and is like, "Oh, tiny for you, not tiny for me." 10-foot radius. That's a mansion. Wait. Now, of course, you won't be able to move or cast anything in or out of it, right?
Let's see. Yeah, according to the text. So, oh, here, actually, wait. So 9 creatures, blah, blah, blah. We can, so all of us can freely move in and out of it. Anybody else is barred from passing. They're out of it.
Some spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the dome, but we can pop out and shoot them and then come back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anyone with a like throwing physical objects can go through it from inside out, but not the other direction.
Right.
Cool. How is that an evocation spell? That should definitely be a conjuring spell.
What one?
Tiny hut.
I don't know.
I mean, like, I'm not saying y'all did anything wrong. That's obviously Wizard of the Coast. But still. Time check for everybody. It's about 9:30ish. Are we good to keep going for a bit, or do people need to sleep soon?
I would probably say sleep soon would probably be a good idea. It'll let me set up this combat, and it would allow me to say, you guys get to level up now. Because you guys have officially had a long rest after the hydra battle.
Yay!
Right. Nice.
So, because
I love that idea.
Setting up. I didn't know what exactly you guys were gonna do right after, so I was like, I don't know 100% what to set up, and then I ended up going and helping with some stuff I was not planning to before game. So,
I don't get much. I just get to add +5 to other people's rolls. Yes!
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Actually, I'm still kind of torn between whether or not I'm going to keep going Artificer, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm definitely taking that level 7 because level 7 is sexy. Yay!
Yeah. So yes, this is a good stopping point. You guys were deciding to set up camp early and try to lure the bandits in.
Yep, and build like a big smoky fire so that it puts basically a smoke signal saying, "Here we are, come get us."
Okay. Okay. Let's see that. I will. Yeah, I'll make it work. Okay. So that is already there. Okay, cool. So.
And as we're setting up camp, I have alarm, so I'm gonna ritually do alarm around the area that we're camping.
Okay. That looks good. So make note of that in the notes channel probably, so we don't forget about it. And then next time we will get this evening in game rolling. And yeah, so everyone go ahead and level up to 7.
Okay.
Have fun with that.
Yay!
I mean, that was easy for me.
Right?
Probably right.
For a lot, 7 doesn't have a lot of like choice things. So for some classes at least.
I get Uncanny Dodge now.
Ooh.
Woo!
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a good one.
And thank you, YouTube, for watching tonight. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. Lots of getting prepared for a job. But yes, we will catch you all next time.
Bye, YouTube!